Something I learned is our attitude towards life events is huge. How do we view whatever it is that we are in the midst of? How are we seeing it? Are we seeing this life event that is there to break us? Are we seeing this life event that is there to help us grow, Are we seeing certain life's events as things that are there to prevent us from getting to where it is we are trying to go? Are we looking at this life event as an opportunity to reflect on what is happening and to grow? That will ultimately help us in a future similar experience, or will ultimately help us somewhere down the road that will be a benefit, helping us overcome and get through whatever it is that may lie ahead. Our attitude towards life is huge. I'll give you an example. For example, if I am in the hospital and I am in the ICU and I have practically two collapsed lungs, can't breathe, and I have a double pneumonia, and I really can't breathe because I have pneumonia on top of these collapsed lungs, am I looking at that situation and it is there to be of some form of hindrance? Or can I look at the opportunity to reflect on how I am feeling? For example, if I am in the if I am in the ICU, two collapsed lungs, double pneumonia, I can't breathe. You can't breathe. What happens? You start to panic. Why do you start to panic? Well, because you can't breathe, right? And experiences like that, I had a lot of those experiences. I even had a lot of experiences where I genuinely didn't think I would make it through the night. Didn't think I would see another light of day. I made videos talking about this within my channel as well. The reason being is because in the midst of that situation it feels like some form of hindrance. Why is this happening? Why me kind of mentality. However, reflecting back on it, being where I am, reflecting off of that experience, or those experiences, I should say, what opportunity lied within that part of the journey? What was I going through, and how could it be of benefit to me now? What opportunity lied within that moment? Again, having two collapsed lungs and a double pneumonia, practically can't breathe. I can't breathe. For me, there's several things, but one of the big ones was patience. Patience. When you start to panic, what happens? When you start to panic, your breathing has the potential to get worse. And not only that, but it showed me so much about my attitude. Is while being in the midst of those situations, was it really there to be of some form of hindrance? Or was it really there to show me an opportunity within that experience that can be of benefit to where I am today, potentially even where I will be tomorrow? For me, it's patience. Again, that was one of the experiences, one of the big ones, is patience. Because when you have patience, that whatever it is, when I'm talking about patience, is when you have patience, whenever you are in the midst of going through something, in particular of this context of the video, and in particular of this topic, is when you have patience, it is frightening, it is scary in the moment, especially when you're a kid. It's really scary, it's frightening to go through some certain things at such a young age with really little to no knowledge on how to get through it, how to overcome it. Sure, there was many things that helped, such as like medications and IVs and respiratory equipment, that helped me overcome that part of the journey. And even too, the support that I had and the people that helped me, such as the nurses, such as my mother and the family that would come and see and visit me in the hospital, friends that would check up on me, family and friends that are long distance, they couldn't personally be there, but reached out to me and checked on me and kept me company when I'm in the middle of those situations. Things like that help a lot when you have that support. Yes, that does help a lot. And reflecting on it, without it, I don't even know if I'd be able to get through it, because it's the people play a really big part, when you're in your healing phase. Again, in this topic, but two, it's just your attitude towards the situation. Because if your attitude is, man, this is happening, and you just want to quit and give up, reflecting on it, I'm sure reflecting on a lot of past experiences, and I probably will write this in a book and be able to explain it in much more detail. But reflecting on situations like that, I think there were moments where I wanted to quit, but there was something deep within me that told me why I shouldn't, and why not only that I couldn't, but why I really shouldn't give up. And I think that there was something deep within me that gave me the strength to continue fighting while I was in the midst of those battles, of those life battles, which ultimately led me here, and which ultimately gave me the potential ability to help others along their own personal journey. And for me, when I reflect back, I think when I reflect not just on this experience, but a lot of my past experiences, mainly the ones that I was unsure that I was capable of overcoming, more so those experiences, reflecting back on it, and being in the midst of it, I didn't understand it. Being in the midst of it, it was hard. Not only was it hard, but being in the midst of it, it could have broke me. But I think there was something deep within me, again, that gave me the strength to not only endure, but persevere, which again ultimately brought me where I am today, and ultimately is being a benefit to help me reach where I will be tomorrow. And to me, it's huge, because if whatever it was that I was going through, whatever it was that I did go through, if I can reflect off of my past experiences and help the next person, and help someone get through what they may be in the midst of, that I have personal experience with, to me that's huge. Because not only did I get through what I was going through, but what I had went through had helped another get through what they were going through. And to me, that's huge. To me, that's big. This video is for anyone who is currently in the midst of a very hard period within their life. From personal experience, is something that helped me a lot when I was going through a really hard time within my life, is keeping my mind distracted. when I was going through a really hard time, especially with my mental health and the things that I was battling up here with my mind, something that really helped me a lot. And reflecting on it, when I reflected on it, some of these people, in my eyes, were my guardian angels, in a sense. And I'll explain what I mean here in a second. When I was going through a really hard time within my life, something that helped was keeping my mind distracted. For me, is when I was going through a really hard time with mental health. I made videos talking about this before within my YouTube channel. When I was going through a really hard, difficult time, is I wanted to turn a particular experience that seemed like a negative, bad experience, I wanted to turn it into a positive with the help of a friend that gave me the inspiration that helped me turn that negative situation into a positive one, which was by me creating my own personal website. Now, I had the experience and the knowledge to build my own website, so I was able to do so. And within that part of my journey, it kept my mind distracted from a lot of the stuff. It kept my mind distracted from staying in here, And in the midst of it, being in the midst of it, if my mind wasn't distracted, who knows where I'd be now. And after I built a website, in particular, two really good people of mine had reached out to me, and they wanted a website as well. And reflecting back on it, I think the real reason, I never asked them, but reflecting on it, I think the real reason why they asked me to create them a website for their brand is because, or their brand or their business, is because I think they knew I still needed to be distracted from getting stuck within my thoughts. That's how I feel. And if that was their intention to get me distracted and keep me distracted, I'm very fortunate for it. Regardless if that was their intention or they really just wanted me to build a website. Regardless of the intention, it helped me a lot. And it kept me distracted. You have to find something. The purpose of this video is when you are going through something really hard, more so with your mental health, you have to find something that is ultimately not only moving you forward in life, but is keeping you distracted from getting caught up and tangled with your thoughts within your mind. Because the more free time you have, and the more downtime you have, and the more you're able to be up in your thoughts when you're not doing so good mentally, that's where we can derail. Meaning that's where we can get off track. Now, I don't know. Now, we are all different. And when I say different, I mean unique. We are all uniquely different in our own beautiful way. So if you can keep yourself distracted, I don't know you personally. I don't know the other person who is going to see this and be on the other side of the screen and know what their likes and dislikes are. For me, I love to create things. I love to build things. I like projects. I like turning stuff that was once nothing into something. I like stuff like that. It keeps me distracted, it keeps me busy, and three, it ultimately, it keeps me moving forward. It keeps me inching forward, whether it be big or small. So for you, if you can keep your mind distracted, I don't know what your likes and dislikes are. But if you like coloring, if you like drawing, get back into coloring and drawing, especially if it's been a while. If you like singing, get back into singing, maybe even writing some lyrics. If you like building stuff, creating stuff like me, get back into creating and building things. And if you can't, and if you are stuck with what you should potentially do, find something that you can build and create, whether it be big or small. It could be something as simple as Legos. What else? Whatever it is you may be in the midst of, find something to keep your mind distracted. I cannot stress that enough. Keeping our minds distracted is huge, especially, again, when you're in the midst of undergoing something really hard and difficult and challenging. However, there is going to be a time when your mind isn't going to be 100% distracted, because there's only so much it can do before you, for example, lay down and you can't keep your mind distracted because now you're laying down, you're about to go to bed, but yet you're in your thoughts. There are going to be moments when you're, again, when you're not going to be able to have your mind distracted fully 100%. And in those moments, something that has helped me as I reflect from a particular moment within my life is praying was very huge. I'm spiritual, so for me, praying was a big one. Building my faith and my connection to my God, to building my connection with the divine, with the universe was big. What else has helped me? Music was huge. Music has helped me a lot. Something about listening to music is really good and meditational. What else has helped me? There's been many things that has helped me. I personally don't script all my videos. I mention that because it probably would be good if I took some notes, but I kind of like to just free flow and talk freely with a particular topic. I feel like I can get through a lot more. A lot of things has helped me. Music, praying. If it's warm, I love being around nature. Love being around nature. Something about the trees, feeling the warmth of the sun. Even the breeze, I don't know, it just feels good. It brings me a sense of peace. There are many different things that can help us when it comes to our mental health. For the sake of this video, is find something to keep your mind distracted. Especially when you're in the midst of going through something hard and difficult. And I know everyone has a different household and goes through different things. But the message would be to you is that no house is ever quiet, and whoever you may think, more so in today's generation, whoever you may think may have a great life through a screen, you couldn't be so much more further from the truth. They could be sharing smiles and laughter and be maybe even post some beautiful places, but they too are going through something that they just rather not share on such platform. The purpose of me mentioning that is everyone is going through something, and it is up to us to find something that can benefit us, that can help us. Again, whether it's through drawing, singing, listening to music, praying, whatever it may be. But the large majority of us post only the good moments, only the laughters, the smiles, the joys, the good times within our lives. And when you're going through something challenging and difficult, more so with your mental health, seeing stuff like that can either, one, inspire you, bringing you a sense that better days do lie ahead, or two, we can make you feel like someone else has it better and you don't. Pretty much, in simple terms, is that our neighbor's grass is always greener. But the truth is that the grass is green wherever it is we water it. Now, although the outside may look beautiful and great, and watered, you don't know what is going on inside the household, inside their own personal lives. On social media, again, we only post the smiles, the joys, the laughter, the good times within our lives. But not very many will post the struggles, the hardships, the pain, the setbacks, the failures. And by pain, for full transparency, I am talking about the pain as in non-self-inflicting. The pains of life, the things that happen beyond our control. The things that just happen because, well, it's life. The reason why I am making this video is because I think, and more so in today's generation, we always think someone else has it better. That someone else has this great life. But the truth is you don't really know what they are going through when that screen is off. When that post is published. Some people can post something, a good time within their lives, the smiles, the joys, again, the laughter, the beautiful moments within the life. And after they click post and publish, they could be in the midst of a struggle. They could be in the midst of a breakdown. No, again, the reason why I am making this video is because when you are going through something with your mental health, and you are going through something challenging and difficult, when you see stuff like that, again, it can only do one of two things. It can, one, inspire you saying better days do lie ahead, because maybe that they had went through something, and to see them posting such beautiful moments and good times, it brings you a sense, it is a form of an indication that they too had went through something and overcame it. So it can be somewhat of a reassurance that whatever it is you may be in the midst of, is that you too can overcome it, and you too have beautiful moments and good times and great times and smiles and joys that lie ahead, that are just up the road. It's just a matter of you inching forward and continue to put in the necessary efforts and work, and necessary work and appropriate work to help you move forward and ultimately leading you to where it is you were trying to go. Or two, seeing other people post their smiles or joys, good times, laughter, can make you feel like why you can't have that, or make you feel like their life is perfect and yours isn't. Now, whenever you feel like that, I want you to understand something. And ask yourself this and be honest. Have you ever posted on social media of a good time, maybe even wrote a great caption, beautiful caption, talking about how amazing life is, and as soon as you click publish and post, what happens? You went back to reality seemed to hit. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because if you had felt like that, if you had done something like that, there are other people too who post good times, smiles, joy, and laughter. And as soon as they click publish and post, they go back to reality, which is them being in the midst of a hard time, a setback, a challenge, failures. Understand though that where there's failures, there are successes. Where there are setbacks, there are advantages. Where there are struggles, there are strengths. And so on and so forth. The purpose of this video that I hope I could get across is, although is, yes, the grass is greener where you water it, meaning the grass is greener when you take care of it. But you don't truly know that although the outside may look great and beautiful, you don't know how the inside looks. Because the outside can look great. It could be green grass, flowers, but you go inside and the house is cluttered or the house is messy. Why? Because you only see what they allow you to see. Now, again, the purpose of this video, and that I hope I can get across, is that don't let the posts on social media fool you that someone else's life is great, because you don't know what they are in the midst of. You don't know, one, the struggles that it took for them to get there. Maybe they earned that spot, or maybe they earned where they are. You don't know their journey. Maybe they talked about their journey, but you don't know everything part of their journey, And again, the purpose of this video is you just don't know. What I hope I can get across within this video is more so in today's generation, as we always think. I cannot speak for everyone, of course, but a lot of us think that someone else has it greater, while we do not. And the truth is that, one, again, you don't know their journey. You don't know what it may have taken for them to get to where it is that they are. And two, you don't really know how they truly may be feeling, and vice versa. You may be going through a hard time, a very difficult time, but don't let social media fool you, because not everyone may be living the way they may, how they may look and seem. Everyone goes through struggles. Everyone struggles to some degree. However, the only difference from those who are really, really struggling and from those who are just going through struggles of life is your attitude and perception of those struggles. They may view their struggles. Let me rephrase that. Are you viewing your struggles as something that is there of some form of hindrance? Are you looking at your struggles as some form of an opportunity that will be a benefit over time? Because from personal experience is that there is something that you are going through today that can be a benefit for you tomorrow. But it is only up to you to reflect off of where you are today. Because when you reflect and you can ask yourself some of life's hardest questions, you will see some of life's greatest answers. I love you, I appreciate you, and remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.